Ken Bordelon, linebacker, covering defensively, 2nd and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Lindsay, a first quarter score. The New York Giants leading Green Bay 7-0.
Right here, the New Orleans Saints are leading the Atlanta Falcons by a score of 7-0. Falcons on top in the Western Division of the NFC.
The Saint defense, a lot of troubles with the Saint defense this year, giving up 399 yards a game.
Schwartz starting at strong safety in place of Ray Brown, who has a bruised foot. To the 45-yard line, Barry Bennett coming in to make the tackle on Andrews. Gain of 2 on the play.
Andrews is a hard man to tackle. He's the type of guy you beat on in the first half and hold him to 30 yards. He comes back in the second half and gets another 90 or 100.
Dick Nolan, head coach of the New Orleans Saints in his 2nd season as head coach. Alfred Jackson has come in, 3 wide receivers. Now Kane came out. Big play Jackson is wide to the right side, number 85. Bartkowski. And he's dropped. Derlin Moore got to it. That'll bring the punting unit on for the Atlanta Falcons. The ball's way back there about the 42-yard line. John James comes in to do the punting.
Boy, good pass rush this time. You see the blitz coming also. But they just broke down up front. Derlin Moore on a trick coming around. Dave Scott ends up making the play.
John James with his average there, 39.2. Wes Chandler is deep. Hits at the 21. Bounce to the 17. They'll start 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. So we have now 10 minutes, 28 seconds remaining to be played in the first quarter, and the New Orleans Saints have the ball. They lead 7-0.
Excuse me. I'm not the same crazy coach who used to storm around the sidelines yelling at the officials. I've learned to relax, and I drink light beer from Miller. Do you know that light's got 1/3 less calories than a regular beer? And listen to this. Light doesn't fill me up. Besides that, light tastes fantastic. Oh, sure, there are a lot of other beers around, and you can drink any one you want. But let me tell you this. For
light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
As I was saying, I don't care what anybody else...
I do the Continental to ensure my accidental.
We do the Continental to ensure our residential.
I do the Continental to ensure my developmental. They can insure all I have to insure.
I do the Continental to ensure my instrumental.
I do the Continental to ensure my Continental.
Join the over 4 million satisfied Continental Insurance policyholders.
Do the Continental.
Next Saturday, the WBA Junior Welterweight Championship live. Aaron Pryor defends against Tough Gaten Hart. Next Saturday, 4:30 Eastern on the CBS Sports Spectacular.
The New Orleans Saints, who have not won a game this year, they're 0-10, have a 7-point lead. They have the ball. 1st and 10 at their 17-yard line. Archie Manning brings them up. Hodges and Wilson are his setbacks. Manning has the ball. He still has the ball. He's at the 20-yard line, and he hits the deck. He was an All-American scrambler during his playing days at Ole Miss. Hits the deck there and advances to the 22-yard line. Buddy Curry was there.
But that was before a lot of injuries took place. He did the right thing here. Kind of lost his footing. But it was kind of a nice little go down right there because he was starting to run into a lot of red shirts over there.
2nd down play coming. Ball just in advance of the 22-yard line. Jeff Murrow has come out and Don Smith has come in at the linebacker now for the Atlanta Falcons. Saints in an I formation. That's Ike Harris in motion. That's Rogers carrying. Got the 1st and 10. Roland Lawrence ran him out of bounds.
Lindsay, I asked Dick Nolan down on the field before the game about they had good practices this week. He said, you know, we've had good practices throughout the year. Some weeks better than others. But there is a lot of character on this football team, but maybe not quite enough at some positions.
He said that it had been noted that they'd had some fast, exciting losses and that he would prefer some slow, dull victories. Lawrence comes out. Bias goes in now at a corner. Short drop. Intercepted at the 31-yard line. Al Richardson with his 6th interception of the year. Al Richardson with interception number 6 for the Atlanta Falcons. Gives him the ball deep in New Orleans territory. There he is.
He made a big interception last week to stop the final drive by the Cardinals, and as you said it, his 6th of the year. Outstanding young linebacker. Just a bad throw, a bad decision to throw the ball. Just tried to lob it over his head. Didn't get enough on it, and Richardson in perfect position picks it off.
It's at the 19-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go. Kane and Andrews are the setbacks for Bartkowski. That's Andrews. Near the 15-yard line. Derlin Moore on the tackle. Penalty marker on the play.
Or what that'll do for the football team when you're trailing. They get a big play from the defense. And the Falcons have done it throughout the year.
George Barth is the referee. Ready to face off the penalty against the New Orleans Saints. 5 yards, puts it at the 14-yard line. Here's Barth.
Defensive nose guard outside. Down.
First down and 5 yards to go at the 14. Kane and Andrews set. Andrews. That's the first down. Inside the 8-yard line. Joe Fetterspiel made the tackle with Tommy Myers. First down and goal to go for the Falcons.
Well, you take a look at the strength of this young man. Watch the offensive line come off, doing a good job along the line of scrimmage. Good blocking at the point of attack, and you see leg drive. Finally, Fetterspiel ends up under him, and they trap him, but he's got a first down, first and goal.
At the 7.5-yard line. Kane in motion to the left side. Andrews with the ball. Drove inside the 5 to the 3. Second down and goal to go. Barry Bennett on the tackle.
Again, another surge by the middle of that line. Boy, they're doing a good job blocking right now. Nothing fancy, coming straight off, hitting people.
James Mayberry comes into the ball game. Second-year man from Colorado.
Saint defense very vulnerable to the run.
Mayberry's in the wing right. Andrews and Kane are the setbacks. Leave it inside for about a yard to Kane. 2-yard line. Schwartz made the tackle. Third and goal at the 2.
Good play defensively. Good play by the white shirts in. Got a lot of people around Kane in a hurry.
Double tight end, Junior Miller and McKeska. Third and goal at the 2-yard line. Andrews ahead of Kane in the eye. Mayberry in a wing right. The fans are on their feet here in Atlanta. No gain on the play. Elois Grooms was there on the tackle, stopping Kane, and here comes the field goal unit. Tim Mazzetti coming in.
Boy, give that defensive line a lot of credit for the job they did on the goal line, Lindsey.
They did. Mazzetti is 14 of 19 in the field goal department. John James comes in to hold for him.
Well, they strung that play out to the side, a kind of a slow developing play.
It'll be a 20-yard attempt. Penalty marker, it's good. It's through the uprights, but there's a marker, a linesman's flag to be checked out. Reported to referee Barth. Offsides against New Orleans.
Defense offside, refused.
Declined, and the field goal is good. Lehman Bennett, the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. And so now, with 6 minutes 48 seconds remaining to be played in the first quarter of the ball game, it is New Orleans 7 and the Atlanta Falcons 3.
Baby me, baby. Baby me, baby.
Mr. To baby your skin's gotta be smooth. Rise Baby Face Shave Cream, the only lather with our exclusive baby oil formula. Rise Baby Face babies your face, so it doesn't just shave you close. It leaves your skin feeling smooth up close.
Baby me, baby.
Rise Baby Face with baby oil. Shave so close your face feels smooth up close.
Baby me, baby.
Finally, there's a fuel-efficient, mid-sized car whose luxury feels more like a full-sized car. Introducing the Cougar 4-door from Lincoln Mercury. 4 doors is one thing, but a Cougar is another.
Monday, a crusty old prospector flips for Flo.
Makes me feel like the last drumstick at a boarding house lunch.
Can Flo handle him?
He's not going to dance around here naked, is he?
Find out Monday.
We're in Atlanta, Georgia, where we have a 7-3 ball game in the first quarter. A cloudy, overcast afternoon. The Atlanta Falcons will have Tim Mazzetti to kick it off. Jimmy Rogers is center deep, flanked by Wayne Wilson and Tony Galbraith for the New Orleans Saints. Wilson, side of the field. He gets it on one hop at the 5. He's at the 10 at the 15. And is finally brought down short of the 30-yard line as Earl Jones was downfield to make the tackle. Ball is spotted with the point of it just on the 30.
Eagles leading the Redskins 7-0 in the first quarter. Jaworski's thrown another touchdown pass. And Baltimore leading Detroit 7-0 in the first. Curtis Dickey, their number 1 pick, scored a touchdown on a nice run.
Right here, it's 1st and 10 for the New Orleans Saints. They double Chandler and Harris to the left side. They held the ball at their own 30. Archie Manning is the quarterback. That's Harris in motion across. Wilson is carrying. Penalty markers thrown as he drove up to the 35-yard line. Markers thrown behind him. Laughlin made the tackle. Holding is indicated.
Boy, you get a good first down play. Get yourself in good position to pick up a first down to operate. And these are the things that haunt you.
Referee Barth.
Number 88 offense, holding, still first down.
Brooks Williams, tight end. First down, but 20 yards to go now, and the ball is back at the 20-yard line. A double Chandler and Harris to the left side. Tight end Brooks Williams split to the right side. Rogers and Wilson to setbacks. Archie Manning. And he is sacked. Joel Williams got to him. Wilson Falmuena as well. Spotted at the 13-yard line.
Williams ends up making a big play in every game. He comes with a blitz here along with Falmuena, Mara, all of them. You see getting cut down there. And they credit this Joel Williams with a lot of leadership for this defensive football team.
2nd and 27 at the 13-yard line for the Saints. Again, they double Harris and Chandler to the left side, split the tight end Williams to the right side. Manning's pass is complete at the 21-yard line. Laughlin made the hit right there immediately. Rogers on his knees at the time he made the reception at the 21.
Pretty good heat again by the defensive front of Atlanta, applying the pressure, realizing that Archie's going to have to put the ball up here.
3rd and 19 at the 21-yard line. Chandler wide left. Manning. Out to Rodgers in the screen left. Tries to cut back. Inside, drops the ball. Scramble is on the 22-yard line.
Boy, he got a little careless with it, trying to go back across the green like Wilson did earlier. Watch number 58, Joel Williams. After coming on the blitz, he goes back across jumping people. And you see him right here stripping the ball of Rodgers. The ball's loose, mad scramble. They do contain it, they kick it away.
Erxleben back to do the punting, and he has got Kenny Johnson deep. He retreats and takes the ball at the 24, 25, 30, 35, across the 40-yard line. Peterzak made the tackle. He comes in to make the snap in punt formation. Got down to him, made the tackle. 4 minutes, 43 seconds remaining to be played in the first quarter here in Atlanta, Georgia.
I'm hurting in places I didn't know I had. They got me doing things I never thought I could. Feeling good, feeling strong. Part of something I belong.
The Army can make you feel a lot of ways. Challenged, trained, and proud.
With this time, with these people, with this feeling good, feeling good.
Now? Conoco's best motor oil was tested to see how well it protected against engine wear.
The test?
It was used in a fleet of hard driving delivery vans in the city and highway conditions.
Last one.
The results? After 50,000 miles, all engine parts inspected showed
good.
No significant wear.
Good.
By new generation all season, protects against engine wear from Conoco, hottest brand going.
Next Saturday, see the hottest wheels in Atlantic City as the battle of the NFL cheerleaders continues. Next Saturday, 4:30 Eastern on the CBS Sports Spectacular.
Lehman Bennett, the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons. They have a serious edge over the New Orleans Saints. They held the ball now. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line. That last punt by Erxleben was 56 yards. Bartkowski gets it up to the sideline, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it over there to Wallace Francis.
Pretty good coverage that time in the secondary. He had to throw the ball high, keep it away from being intercepted.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 now at the 43-yard line. Speaking of Erxleben's 56-yard punt, we were told before the ball game he has a pulled hamstring that's bothered him a great deal. Didn't seem to bother him on that particular punt. Jenkins is coming far to the right side. Now they switch it. Jenkins goes left and Jackson comes right. Penalty marker is down. There's a penalty marker down. Be checked out as Lynn Kane carried. Myers and Fettersfield made the tackle.
Looked like a defensive end moved a little quick. It could be against the Saints.
Ball got all the way to the 41-yard line.
Interior lineman, offside, penalty refused.
It is, of course, declined because it's a 1st and 10. Lynn Kane taking the ball to the 41-yard line.
The Eagles and the Redskins. The Redskins trailed 35-0 last week at halftime. They trail the Eagles 14-0.
Penalty markers thrown again. Fettersfield made the tackle. Andrews carried the ball.
Multiple fouls, holding on number 68 and number 7, the offense.
Well, Dave Scott and Thielman both.
Might as well get them over with on one play, huh? This is going to set the Falcons back. You look at that football field, Lindsey. Played here many times. This is the best condition I've ever seen the stadium here.
Holding number 68 and number 70 offense. Still first down.
2nd and 20 on the 50.
They put like 1,400 pounds of winter rye on, and no one has walked on this field in 3 weeks. The Falcons don't practice here anymore, and it is in excellent condition.
Kane in the left set, Andrews in the right set. Bartkowski swings it out, screen left to Kane. But he is upended for a loss on the play of 2 yards by Ken Bordelon, linebacker from LSU.
Bordelon made an excellent play. He defeated the block that time to stop that play. If they get by Bordelon, it's going to be a big gainer for the Falcons.
Speaking of that field, I thought I observed during pregame warm-up Sonny Jurgensen throwing the football. Could that be possible?
Boy, that was fun. The guy was playing catch with Archie Manning, and I told him I was looking at his thumb all bandaged up, and I said I was ready, but hey, you look at the size of the people. I changed my mind in a hurry.
We have the liniment back here on the back shelf. 2nd and 22 at the 48-yard line. Bartkowski. And it is reached for and gathered in by Jackson. Big play. Alfred Jackson pulled it in. And that is at the 36-yard line.
Boy, a difficult catch he made. He just made his 15th reception, and he has 5 touchdowns in that. And you can see why they call him big play. Boy, this is a tough catch. Derlin Moore putting a lot of pressure on Bartkowski, but look at the concentration. He was covered well by Ricky Ray.
Not enough for the first down. You'll recall it was 2nd and 22. It's now 3rd and 6 at the 36-yard line. And now a timeout for the Atlanta Falcons, and Bartkowski comes to the sideline.
A little confusion about what they want to do as he's talking to Lehman Bennett. Bennett says, we're on our way to becoming a good, solid football team. We're not there yet, but we're on our way.
And they're on top in the Western Division of the NFC. Jimmy Ray alongside there on the coaching staff of the Atlanta Falcons, as Bartkowski's career record against New Orleans is there. We have 2 minutes, 59 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And the New Orleans Saints are leading it by a score of 7-3.
Have a score on the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers leading 7-0. Bradshaw to Jim Smith.
Sellout crowd here this afternoon at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. Despite the fact that it has been cloudy and overcast most of the day, and we had rain yesterday here in Atlanta.
It looks like it might hold up. Let's keep our fingers crossed. A lot of people came up to follow this Saints team, and you know, that's great that you have fans when you're down 0-10 and travel all the way here to watch the game.
3rd down and 6 yards to go. Bartkowski. And it is caught. Junior Miller, the tight end, has the first down. James Marshall made the stop. Junior Miller with his 30th reception of the year.
You can't give Steve Bartkowski time like this. He has good time to throw the football, and it makes it, you can see the accuracy. He has to throw the football right there. Just was completed. Don Schwartz was covering, and he had it just out in front, and enough for the first down.
Ball is just outside the 15-yard line. This is Kane. Got to the 14, and that's all, as Joe Federspiel cut him down there.
Boy, Barry Bennett made a good play, too. Cutting down, he got some penetration in the backfield, made Kane change his direction that he wanted to run the football.
Make it 2nd down, 9 yards to go. Falcons are trailing in the ball game. We have less than 2 minutes remaining to be played in the first quarter. They double Francis and Jenkins to the left side. Bartkowski. It's deflected and intercepted. Touchback. First and 10 at the 20-yard line. Penalty marker on the play.
I think we're going to have defensive pass interference call, too.
Ken Boydalon, number 50, had the ball, but as Sonny indicated, I think it's going to be nullified.
Yes, there was a lot of holding going on, denying a receiver an opportunity to come across the field. Well, holding on the flag was actually thrown before the ball.
Fouls on the defense. Holding 56. Personal foul. Roughing the passer, number 78. Will penalize roughing the passer.
Elias Grooms roughing the passer.
Let's see if we can see the late hit here. You see the ball is thrown. He hits him too high. That's the reason Alois Grooms got called for roughing the passer. And there was also, you see Grooms coming in here from ground level. If he hadn't hit him too high, he may have gotten away with it, but they did have a pass interference call too on Reggie Mathis.
So it is first down and goal to go at the 7-yard line. Lynn Kane at the 4. Ken Boydalon made the stop. Don Schwartz assisting. Second down and goal to go.
Kane looks like to me that he is running banged up. You mentioned earlier that he's got a lot of bumps and bruises, hip torn and everything, and he does look like he's a step slow on most of his runs.
Second down goal to go at the 4-yard line for the Atlanta Falcons. 1 minute left to play in the first quarter. Jenkins left, Jackson right. Bartkowski. Well, the official went down to the crowd. No catch, no catch. He did not get the feet down, no catch. Wallace Francis there, but could not stay in bounds. We lost an official in the crowd, but his colleague backed him up with the call quickly.
I tell you, that was good teamwork by the officials this time, because as you said, the official got knocked into the crowd here. He did end up making the call when he came back. You see him going up, coming down, getting 1 foot in. That one's even on the line, but he's looking right there as he goes into the crowd. Now watch the official. He sees it and he's trying to avoid making contact with the receiver, but another official came over right on the play and made the call.
Those are photographers down there. They've just been moved back about a yard. This is Kane. Stop short. Boydalon made the hit. Got some assistance from Federspiel. Fourth down. Goal to go at the 1-yard line. The fans, of course, want them to go for it. And here comes Mayberry in. Double tight end, Miller and McKesker. So apparently that's what they're going to do. 33 seconds left to play in the first quarter. New Orleans leading 7-3. Fourth down, goal to go at the 1. That's what they need right there. Ball is spotted there at the 1-yard line. I formation. Andrews ahead of Kane. They want quiet. They won't get it. Even at home. Kane. The ball goes over. The ball goes over on fourth down. They did not make it. And the New Orleans Saints have held Ricky Ray on the hit with Don Schwartz.
Again, the slow developing play from the I formation on the goal line. Plays pitch wide again. Just excellent defensive play that time by Schwartz and Ray. Everybody getting over there. You can't get into the end zone. You take a look from behind the defense and you see the pursuit. Boy, Ray makes an excellent play there. He escaped Dave Scott's block, gets over, and threw him for a loss.
First and 10 at the 3-yard line. 4 seconds remaining in the quarter. Archie Manning brings them up. That's Rogers moving up and out. Wilson to the 6-yard line, and time has run out in this period as he picked up the 3 yards on the play. Jeff Yates made the hit. That is the end of the first quarter here at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. With the score, the New Orleans Saints 7 and the Atlanta Falcons 3.
Here's another Radio Shack Christmas gift idea. This year, thrill the kids with our amazing radio control toys. On the track, obstacle course, or off the road. You control all the action with a radio transmitter. Drive a race car or a four-wheeler. Command a tank. There's even a robot. Excitement for kids and grown-ups, too. 15 different toys priced $11.95 to $59.95. The amazing radio control toys from Radio Shack, your Christmas electronics store.
If you've ever wondered how something so big got off the ground, part of the answer is light, strong aluminum. Aluminum's high strength and light weight made modern aviation possible. Aluminum is important to most forms of transportation because taking the weight off planes and trucks, and now cars, saves fuel. Aluminum in transportation can be an energy saver today.
We can't wait for tomorrow. Alcoa can't wait.
Introducing the totally new Lynx from Lincoln Mercury. Lynx is not only the most fuel-efficient American-built wagon, Lynx is the first one with front-wheel drive and fully independent suspension. Starting today, the world belongs to an American car. Starting today, the world belongs to Lynx.
The NFL on CBS. Today's game is sponsored by Ford Trucks. The trucks built Ford tough and built for fuel economy. And by Alcoa, producer of energy-saving aluminum.
As we start the second quarter now, the New Orleans Saints are leading in the ball game by a score of 7-3. They have the ball. 2nd and 7 at their 6-yard line. I'm Lindsey Nelson with Sonny Jurgensen here at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. Time of possession, first quarter. Atlanta 9:58, New Orleans 5:02. But New Orleans is leading. Archie Manning, the quarterback. That's Rogers carrying. Finds some running room and gets out across the 10-yard line. Tom Pridemore, recently elected official from the state of West Virginia. They call him the Senator. Up on the tackle.
They got third, very short yardage here, trying to get in this short yardage offense.
Pridemore there, number 27, the legislature of the state of West Virginia.
Youngest member, too. So they don't convene until January, so he won't miss anything.
3rd down and a yard to go at the 12-yard line. Double tight end for New Orleans on short yardage. And they picked it up as Rogers went diving up for the 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Pittsburgh and Cleveland, always a real battle in that central division of the AFC. It's 7-6 now in the second quarter. Pittsburgh leading Cleveland.
Joel Williams comes out of the ball game. Dewey McClain comes in as a linebacker for the Atlanta Falcons. Fulton Kuykendall, by the way, is back on the active list today for Atlanta. This is Rogers. Loaded up near the 20. Bob Glazebrook on the tackle.
Take a look at this blocking. Wilson Famuina right in the middle. Tough block inside by Hill. He does a good job there to cut him off. Cuts off his pursuit and ties him up. He's got him all tied up.
2nd and 6 at the 19-yard line for the New Orleans Saints, who are leading in this ball game by a score of 7-3. Chandler's wide to the right side. On the delay, Wilson carries. Not far, just across the 20, Buddy Curry. And Laughlin made the tackle.
Buddy Curry, 95 tackles going into this game. He's the leading tackler. The Rams leading the Patriots 7-0. Ferragamo's thrown a touchdown pass in that one.
That's one they're watching intently in Atlanta, because Atlanta leads the Rams by 1 game in the Western Division of the NFC. 3rd down and 4 at the 21. Manning. Ike Harris. Incomplete. That was Kenny Johnson, the cornerback covering. Punting units coming on for the New Orleans Saints. That's Harris.
Tried to get him isolated. There was some contact down the field, but they call it incidental contact. No call made on the incompletion because the ball could not have been caught anyway.
Eric Slavin in to do the punting now. Came in with an average of 37.5. Kenny Johnson is back deep to receive it. Johnson at the 44, 45. Kenny Johnson to the 50 and out of bounds. And so now, with good field position, the Atlanta Falcons will have the ball, trailing by a score of 7-3, 12:03 left in the first half.
When I was coaching, I was the boss. I used to feed them, dress them, get them to bed on time. Now I treat them to our favorite beer, right?
Light beer from Miller.
Light's got a third less calories than the regular beer. And what else?
It's less filling, Red.
And they really like the taste. Another beer, anyone?
Yeah. Do it.
What's the magic word? Please.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
I'm Joe Duncan, State Farm agent, Cincinnati, Ohio, speaking for thousands of State Farm agents around the country. You know, there are a lot of reasons why people come to State Farm agents and stick with State Farm agents year after year. I think one of the big reasons is service. State Farm built its reputation on service. People expect it, they are paying for it, and we deliver.
And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The Atlanta Falcons trail by 4 points, but they have the ball first and 10 at the 49-yard line of the New Orleans Saints. Steve Bartkowski, the quarterback. Swings it out to Andrews. Has a marker down. Could have been a face mask as he got to the 42-yard line.
I think he had
this made the tackle.
I think he had the face mask. No, they called him a clipping penalty.
Call a clip against the Falcons.
Looks like he was reaching for the face mask and maybe let him go because of that. Take a look at there's the clip right there.
Dave Scott.
Jim Kovage has got clipped.
Personal foul, clipping, number 70 offense.
That was it. You saw Dave Scott.
Scott's had an unusual stat this year. He's had 2 touchdowns called back with holding penalties. That's something he doesn't want to be famous for.
First and 25 at the 36-yard line. Now the draw. Kane up to the 40-yard line as Derlin Moore made the stop. Second and 21 at the 40.
Saints were anticipating and thought that they might use a little 34 defense today.
Jenkins to the left side, Jackson right. Bartkowski. Jackson. Won't be enough for the first down. Myers and Waymer on the tackle.
Ran the turn-in pattern, but of course the penalties had set them way back. They get a long completion, and they're still back to third and very long.
Make it Wallace Francis with his 36th reception. He's had 3 touchdown receptions this year. Third down and 8 yards to go at the 47. Francis to the left side now, and Jenkins right. Bartkowski, and the ball is loose, and it's still loose. And the Atlanta Falcons retain possession back at the 29-yard line. The
cardinal sin of trying to pick the thing up and run with it. Cost the Saints a big play there. They could have fallen on the ball. Watch this. You see him go back. You see the rush. Again, Ken Bordelon coming in, making the play, trying to pick the thing up. It gets knocked loose, and the Falcons retain, and now they'll punt it away.
Bartkowski recovered it. John James in to do the punting. Wes Chandler's deep to receive it. Short. Going to be marked up about the 50-yard line, maybe the 49-yard line of the Atlanta Falcons. 1st and 10 for the Saints. Excellent field position for them. So they'll start at their 1st and 10 at the 49 with 10 minutes, 3 seconds left in the half.
Wait till you see how good you can be with Minolta XG1.
Hey, you want to see some terrific pictures?
Depend on the automatic Minolta XG1 to give you clear, sharp pictures. It does the work. You take the credit.
Yeah,
Hey, do you want to see some terrific pictures? No.
Look.
That's lovely.
For a limited time, get an XG1 and get a $25 rebate from Minolta. See your dealer now for details.
Someday, somewhere, you will discover magic. Capri Magic from Lincoln Mercury. A magic so special, it may be almost irresistible. Capri Magic. Elusive. See one soon, before they all disappear.
Monday on the season premiere of MASH, Hawkeye gets a leave.
Thanks for lending me the car, Dad.
And wishes he had never left. MASH, Monday at 9, 8 Central and Mountain.
Saints have the ball 1st and 10 at the Falcons' 49-yard line. The Saints are leading 7-3. We're in the second quarter. Wilson up to the 45-yard line. Bob Glazebrook in to make the tackle.
Wilson's done a good job since moving to fullback. Second-year man out of Shepherd.
Sonny, I don't have to tell a fellow from North Carolina such as you about the weather conditions in the Southland, but when you get clouds like this in the South, many times you get rain.
I thought he was going to hold up, and it is getting dark.
Second and 6. They're in a wing right. Got the reverse. And nothing. Jeff Murrow.
Murrow made a good play. There was all kinds of penalties on the play, and I think it's going to be holding again.
Gordon Banks was carrying the football. It is holding. And it's against New Orleans. Archie Manning there standing behind Barth. Be sure he's apprised of what it is exactly that's going on.
88 offense, holding, refused, 3rd down.
Brooks Williams, tight end.
I don't want to bring it up, but that's his second.
It is.
2 holding calls already.
Third and 11 at the 50-yard line. Wilson and Rogers. Setbacks. Archie Manning. Steps up. Incomplete.
And another flag, Lindsey.
It's being checked out. It's against New Orleans.
They're going to make them kick it away. They're not going to take the penalty.
And Erxleben is coming to do the punting. Kenny Johnson is dropped back deep to receive it for the Atlanta Falcons, standing on his own 10-yard line. High trajectory. He hangs it up there. Fair catch signal goes up, and it's made at the 10-yard line by Johnson. So the Falcons will start it there, a 40-yard punt. But the hang time was excellent as he had no chance for a return. The fair catch gives the ball to the Falcons where they'll start 1st and 10 at their own 10-yard line.
America's quality beer since 1855.
Miller tastes too good to hurry through.
Miller High Life.
And it's time to relax.
It's real nice to have you here. Real nice.
One beer stands clear. If you've got time, we've got the beer.
With 9 minutes, 10 seconds left to play in the first half, the New Orleans Saints are still leading in this ball game by a score of 7-3. They came into the game with a record of no wins and 10 losses, and the Falcons came in 7-3. Falcons starting with Bartkowski at quarterback there. He's been in all day. They started their own 10-yard line. Andrews is carrying, bounces off one, and gets on up across the 15-yard line to the 17. Feddersfield brought him down. Bordelon assisting. Got about 7 on the play.
Bills leading the Bengals now 7-0 in the second quarter.
Second down, 3 yards to go for the Atlanta Falcons. Wallace Francis far to the left side. Kane is carrying. He's got the 1st and 10. And it's at the 24-yard line. Jim Kovac made the tackle along with Tommy Myers.
For last week, this team had 563 yards of offense.
Their 2 running backs ranked 3rd and 6th and rushing in the National Football Conference. Kane has carried 10 times for 42 yards so far today. Andrews up to the 33. Tommy Myers made the stop there.
Well, you can see this punishing type runner. Well, you got to tackle him throughout the game. Look at him. He's smiling. He's having a little fun out there, isn't he? Just when you get running holes to go through like that, it is a lot of fun. Green Bay and the Giants all tied up. 7 apiece in the second quarter. Gary Ellis tied it up for the Packers.
Second down, 2 yards to go at the 33. Kane, 1st and 10. Stumbles up to the 39. Barry Bennett on the tackle. Then Kane played his college football at the University of Southern California.
Well, he scored 8 touchdowns already this year.
Clock is running with 6:52 left in the first half. Saints are leading it by a score of 7-3. Francis left, Jenkins right. Bartkowski has the ball. Was hit just as he turned it loose. Incompleted pass.
Boy, this is how you get hurt when you're trying to throw the ball. You see the play action fake going back. When you're having to deliver the ball under these conditions, you see Reese coming around behind him and hitting him. Well, you're completely unprotected there, trying to make the delivery, and you take a whack.
Second and 10 at the 39-yard line. Leland Bennett pacing a little bit, checking his personnel sheet. Playlist. Andrews. Just across the 45-yard line. Don Reese again on the tackle with Schwartz.
Well, when you get throw an incompletion on first down and come back and pick up 7.5 to 8 yards on second down, giving the ball to Andrews.
Third down and 3 yards to go at the 46-yard line. Atlanta 1 for 5 on third down conversions today. Faced with one here. Kane. Ball got away. Recovered by the New Orleans Saints at the 46-yard line. Now hold it. Hold it.
think he made a mistake in his signal.
He did. The Atlanta Falcons. R.C. Thielman was on the football. He did make a mistake with his signal, and so it is a 1st and 10 for the Falcons. They retain possession to 47.
Hey, they've never said they were perfect. You see the play here. The ball comes out. It's loose. And Thielman comes up with the interception. I mean, with the fumble recovery there. Interception? Where did I get interception from?
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. Bartkowski going long. Touchdown. As he hit Alfred Big Play Jackson. Alfred Big Play Jackson from Bartkowski. 47 yards and a touchdown. And that is touchdown pass number 18 for Bartkowski.
Oh, what a throw. Excellent throw that time. And Jackson, the play action fake, going back again after the 1st down, and just it's good protection that time, which allows him to wind up and let it out. And you see Jackson in stride, catching it in the end zone for the go-ahead touchdown.
That sets a new Falcon record for touchdown passes in the season, 18 for Bartkowski. Mazzetti is into attempted conversion with James holding for him, and it's good. And so the Atlanta Falcons on a big play.
Vehicle MPG. Tough van with gas mileage ratings unbeaten by any van. Plus 40-ton line haulers and tough new diesel-powered mediums. No wonder Ford's America's best-selling truck line.
The first electronic football games like these were for only one player.
End run.
But something was missing.
Can I play? Wait your turn.
Then along came head-to-head electronic football by Coleco.
Now we can play at the same time. I'm offense. I'm defense.
With head-to-head, you're really in the game. A power sweep. He fights through for the tackle. You pass. He blitzes. Intercepts.
This is real competition.
Why settle for a one-player game when you can have it all? Play alone, against the computer, or for real competition, play
head-to-head.
Why settle for less?
Next Saturday, the WBA Junior Welterweight Championship live. Aaron Pryor defends against Tough Gaten Hart. Next Saturday, 4:30 Eastern on the CBS Sports Spectacular.
Tim Mazzetti has teed the ball up at the 35-yard line. Rogers is center deep. He's got Wilson on one side, Galbraith on the other. As the Falcons lead in the ball game now by a score of 10-7. Rogers at the 3-yard line to the 5. Rogers to the 10, to the 15, 20, 25. Jimmy Rogers got out across the 30-yard line. There goes a penalty marker. Earl Jones made the tackle. Jackson now has 16 catches this year, 6 for touchdowns. Holding penalty against the New Orleans Saints. Falcons drove 90 yards for that last touchdown, taking 8 plays. Kept the ball 4 minutes, 11 seconds.
Well, you don't have many 90-yard drives throughout the season. You go back and look how you started. Let's see who.
Illegal use of the hands, number 48 on the run back. First down.
Schwartz on the run back.
Watch this. Watch a reaction by Steve Bartkowski right here. He just wants to make sure, is it enough? Is it enough? There. Hey, so it broke a record. He doesn't care. 18 touchdown passes.
So you punch the clock and go home at the end of the day's work. Wilson with the football on the pitch from Manning. Temper's flaring a little bit. Jeff Yates, the defender there.
One thing about those young linebackers and that entire defensive team for the Falcons, they will hit you throughout the game. Jerry Glanville, the defensive coordinator, said against Buffalo 2 weeks ago and last week, he's never seen a team hit so hard for so long.
2nd and 6 at the 22. Harrison Chandler double to the right side for Archie Manning. Brings it out to Wilson. There's a marker thrown up front. Laysbrook made the tackle.
As an example, look at the number of red shirts around the football. Good hustle. Everybody wants to hit somebody. Los Angeles and New England all tied up at 7 apiece in the second quarter.
Inadvertent marker, ball's at the 25-yard line.
Watch Curry, number 50, the block on him. Watch him, he won't stay on the ground long. Right back up, back into the play.
Third down and about 2 yards to go. Wilson, he's got the first down. Laughlin made the stop.
The Cleveland Browns have taken a lead over the Pittsburgh Steelers, 13-7 now. Brian Sipes thrown 2 touchdown passes in that game.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line. Steve Bartkowski with his 18th touchdown pass sets a new Falcon record for TD passes in the season. Harrison motion across. Manning still has the ball. In and out of the hands of Harris. Kenny Johnson, the defender, along with Glazebrook.
Johnson came from a long way to get over there that time. He was a center fielder, and you watch him all the way over. Harris trying to look the ball in. 2 red shirts there to break it up.
Second and 10 at the 28-yard line. We are approaching the 2-minute warning. We're down to 2:40. Chandler to the left side. Ike Harris to the right side for Archie Manning. Manning. Incomplete. Forward pass behind the line to Wilson. Simply an incompleted pass. Third and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Joel Williams was in there again. They brought the linebacker.
Falcons are leading here by a score of 10-7. And they're leading in the Western Division of the NFC.
You can understand why they like to bring Williams on the blitz as a linebacker. He has 12 sacks already on the year.
New Orleans 2 for 5 on third down conversions today. Third and 10 at the 28. Manning. And it's complete for a first and 10 across the midfield marker. Tom Pridemore made the stop. Chandler the reception.
What a great catch this is in traffic. To go up that high shows you what kind of gifted athlete he is. The ball is high for him, and watch him go way up in the... Comes right down. 5 red shirts right there.
Clock is rolling, and it's down to 2:04, so we'll get the automatic timeout for the 2-minute warning. You see Manning already heading for the sidelines, and there it is. The clock is wound down to 2 minutes remaining to be played in the first half. The Atlanta Falcons leading by a score of 10-7. New Orleans trailing with 3. Will have the ball first and 10 at the 49-yard line of Atlanta when we resume.
No experience, no job. I could do that job, but who'd give me the chance?
Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines.
We don't ask for experience, we give it. You won't read it in a book, you live it. Pick a service, pick a challenge, set yourself apart.
Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. What a great place, it's a great place to start. We do the Continental to ensure our apartmental.
I do the Continental to ensure my accidental.
I do the Continental to ensure my Orientals.
They can insure all I have to insure.
I do the Continental to ensure my instrumental.
I do the Continental to ensure my equipmental.
Join the over 4 million satisfied Continental insurance policyholders.
Do the Continental.
It's the all-new special Kenny Rogers America with guest Kim Carnes, the Commodores, Terry Bradshaw, and some of the Pittsburgh Steelers Thursday.
Watch Emmanuel Zanders. They're kicking Jeff Mara, and they get into a little tussle here. Won't be kicking me, and they start pushing. A little extracurricular stuff. A little shove from behind.
Manning said, what goes on here?
What's going on back there?
1st and 10 for the New Orleans Saints. They have the ball at the Falcons 49. The Saints trail by 3. Clock starts on the snap. Rogers Wilson to setbacks. Out to Wilson. Screen left. Has to cut back to the inside and gets to the 45-yard line. Laughlin and Joel Williams made the tackle.
And they're going in hurry-up offense here after the 2-minute warning.
2nd and 6 at the 45-yard line. Manning. And it is completed. Takes it up to the 39-yard line. Rogers, the receiver. Laughlin and Williams again on the tackle. And now we get a timeout. The New Orleans Saints take their first of 3.
Well, they couldn't get everybody back together. They called 2 plays. They called a little quick pass out on the screen, the running screen, and then the pass downfield, and goes over and confers with Ed Hughes and Dick Nolan. Bobby Scott there, number 12, looking in.
They've got a 1st and 10 inside the 39-yard line when they come back, trying to get down at least close enough for field goal range. They trail by 3.
A couple other scores, Lindsay. Minnesota leading Tampa Bay 7-0. Tommy Kramer hit Sammy White with a 27-yarder. And the Cardinals are leading the Dallas Cowboys. Otis Anderson, 51 yards, 7-0. That's in the first quarter.
And right here, the Atlanta Falcons are leading the New Orleans Saints by a score of 10-7. Lehman Bennett, head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, pacing the sideline here. And an Atlanta welcome. It's nice to be here, huh?
It is nice to be here.
Ball, as you can see, is spotted inside the 39-yard line. First down and 10 yards to go. Ike Harris part of the right side, Wes Chandler part of the left side. For Archie Manning. Harris intercepted by Bob Glazebrook. He held on enough for the interception. Ran into a teammate who was also down on the play. That's Roland Lawrence. Lawrence is down. Glazebrook got the ball. The Falcons will take over.
Manning wanting to make something happen, force the ball into coverage. Glazebrook was back. He was free, came over. Take a look. See the rush coming. He goes back. He steps back up in, throws the ball. You can see the free man right here coming over. No chance for the completion. Again, trying to go to Harris. And you see Lawrence, I think, hit his own man, Bob Glazebrook, that time.
And the training staff is out there working on Roland Lawrence.
Since Glazebrook has moved in at the strong safety position for the Falcons, that's his 2nd interception, but he's done a good job.
When players resume, the Falcons have the ball at their own 13-yard line. Roland Lawrence being assisted off the field.
I'm wondering what the Falcons are going to do, if they're going to take any chances backed up in this position, or if they will be content going in at halftime leading 10-7. The Giants have come back and taken a lead over Green Bay now in the 2nd period. They lead 14-7. Phil Simms has thrown 2 touchdown passes to the same man, Ernest Gray.
Jenkins to the right side, Jackson to the left side for the Atlanta Falcons, and Steve Bartkowski. Instead, on a delay, they give it to Andrews. And he gets up to the 15-yard line before Derlin Moore, along with Don Reese, make the stop.
They're going hurry-up offense, Lindsay. No huddle.
2nd down, 8 yards to go at the 15. This is Andrews again. Goes out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Run out by Ricky Ray. That has stopped the clock with 51 seconds left to play in the half.
Now, do you understand that? They go hurry-up offense and run a sweep.
No, I can't say that I do.
They tried to catch him napping.
3rd and 6 at the 17-yard line. Clock starts again on the snap with 51 seconds remaining in the half, and the Falcons are leading 10-7. Bartkowski. It's deflected. He's trying to just get it over there to Andrews. Mike Foltz got a hand on it. And so the punting unit has to come on now. John James in to do the punting. Wes Chandler's dropped back to field it for the New Orleans Saints. High spiraling kick. Fair catch signal goes up, but Chandler lets it go. There'll be no run back. And they'll start at the 33-yard line, 1st and 10, with 35 seconds on the clock. Ray Strong down the ball.
Boy, James really got all of that one. He hit it a ton, and it's a good kick from that position. Didn't allow a run back. Good for 49 yards.
Saints are just short of the 34-yard line.
And a score that the Falcon fans are really concerned with. New England 14. The Saints 7. The Rams 7.
That's the way the Atlanta fans want it. Sidearmed and completed. Rodgers up across the 40-yard line. Glazebrook hit Rodgers. Hurry up. No huddle offense. They're ready to go. 2nd down and 3 yards to go. Rodgers, he's got the 1st down. And it's at the 47-yard line. Glazebrook and Curry, and timeout. Stops the clock with 10 seconds left in the half. New Orleans Saints take the timeout.
Well, they'd like to get a pass interference call. Opportunity to get down in field goal range for Ricardo. Ricardo's longest field goal this year is from 47 yards. So they have a long way to go to get in his range.
They have the ball 1st and 10 just in advance of the 48-yard line.
In that Ram-Patriot game, Grogan's thrown 2 touchdown passes in that one.
Of course, the Atlanta Falcons and their fans want to see the Patriots win that ball game to set up a situation of their leading by 2 full games with 5 to play in the Western Division.
Does make it a little easier.
Archie Manning, Dick Nolan.
Those people right there determined not to let it happen, too. They want to get a win. That's what they're after. It's certainly going to happen before their season's out. You can just see it, the intensity which they play the game. And even though they've been making mistakes and hurting themselves, they have led 4 of the games at halftime.
Lawrence is back in the ball game for the Atlanta Falcons, so apparently Ronald Lawrence is all right in that left corner. Archie Manning. Clock is running. It's incomplete, and we have 2 seconds left to play on the half. Joel Williams.
No chance on that one. Fortunately, it was a bad throw, and it couldn't be intercepted. One more play.
Clock starts again on the snap with 2 seconds remaining. That Patriot Rams score has been flashed up on the board, and that's a reaction from the crowd to that, the one we gave you moments ago. You see the time remaining inside upper right-hand corner of your screen. That's the official time. Manning drops back. Time has run out. When this play is over, we will have reached the halftime intermission. Incompleted pass. Pridemore was the defender there. Ike Harris, the man for whom it is intended. And we have reached the end of the first half. So here at the halftime intermission, the Atlanta Falcons have a 3-point lead, leading it by a score of 10-7 at the end of the half.
A bright red fire truck, a blue Calliope, a yellow moon, a pink balloon, a golden Dixie Jamboree. Yes, America's true colors come through on GE.
GE TV brings you America's true colors, vivid and lifelike. And with GE Special VIR2 circuit, the color is automatically adjusted.
Yes, America's true colors come through on GE. GE, we bring good things to life.
Lincoln Mercury introduces Lynx. Lynx gives you more than exceptional fuel efficiency. Lynx gives you a special inner world that's a pleasure to be in. Starting today, the world belongs to an American car. Starting today, the world belongs to Lynx.
This ranch doesn't run without horses, and the horses don't run without you. But when you've hammered out a day's work, you meet up with Miller Time.
When it's time to relax.
Time for the best tasting beer you can find.
One beer stands clear.
Miller High Life.
If you've got the time, we've got the beer.
Anytime. Hi, I'm Kenny Rogers. Join me right here for my third CBS TV special, Kenny Rogers America. As you can see, I'm not dressed in my Western outfit as I usually am. This time I'm in my football uniform, and I want you to know something. When you put these on, you feel different. I'm here with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'll tell you, those guys are nothing but kids. You wouldn't believe it. I mean, they are really just, they're very tough kids, but they are just kids. Oh, Joe, I like it when you're so mean.
Kenny Rogers America this Thursday night.
Back live in New York, I'm Brent Musburger with Irv Cross. Tampa Bay just scored a touchdown, missed the extra point. They trail Minnesota 7-6. But the big story unfolding is down in Texas Stadium. On their first offensive play, O.J. Anderson bolted Irv Cross for 51 yards for St. Louis.
What a great play. Of course, when you establish your running attack early, it allows you to put the ball in the air.
Which they did then. Hart to Gray, a 69-yarder.
Boy, I tell you, this guy has been a backbreaker for the Dallas Cowboys for years, and there he goes again.
So the Cowboys trail by 2. Meanwhile, New England spotted the Rams 7, then came back. They lead it now 14-7 in the second. The game you're enjoying at the half, Atlanta 10 and New Orleans 7. The New York Giants on 2 touchdown passes. Sims to Ernest Gray, 50 and 21 yards. They lead the Packers. And the Steelers are trailing Cleveland 13-7 at the half. Baltimore over Detroit 10-0, and won't that NFC Central be even tighter if that one holds up? Meanwhile, Buffalo tied with New England for first, leads Cincinnati by 7 at the half, and the Philadelphia Eagles had 2 early touchdowns, but since then the Redskins have been a bit tougher. It's 14-0 in the second. There's the score, the highlights you just saw. Meanwhile, Minnesota and Tampa Bay 7-6 in the first period. Kramer went 27 yards to White in that game. Let's show you some other highlights from the Los Angeles Rams and the New England Patriots. Again, it was the Rams striking first in this showdown, and here goes Ferragamo to tight end Hicks for the touchdown.
Really a great play on the goal line, coming all the way across field. Hicks barely gets into the end zone for a touchdown.
But then Irv Grogan came back and went to number 80, Don Hasselback, 35-yard score.
Boy, this guy doesn't get much coverage, but he's a great tight end.
And then the key play. Ferragamo has trouble against 4 linebackers. Watch what happens here. Steve Nelson picked it off, ran 33 yards to the LA2, and then it was Grogan, Irv, right over the top.
Done a great job controlling an offense. He calls off his own offensive plays.
And here's Phil Simms looking for Ernest Gray.
That was the first offensive play of the day for the Giants. Touchdown.
Sims hit by the Packers, fumbles, and Eddie O'Neill of Green Bay will finally pounce on the loose ball. And following that, Jerry Ellis for the touchdown.
Watch this run. He has tremendous strength and power. Number 31. Remind you of somebody else who wore 31 for Green Bay.
And a maturing combination in Gotham. Sims, Gray, touchdown, Giants. Meanwhile, it was the Eagles. Ron Jaworski, touchdown number 22, went to Krepfle.
Well, the Eagles have a lot of firepower, Brent. When they get inside the 20-yard line, they like to go to their tight ends. There's another touchdown to Spagnola, the tight end.
All right, and the NFL Today continues on CBS after these messages from your local stations.
The Russians are ready, are we? Find out when 60 Minutes takes a chilling look at chemical warfare. Also a story called The Kid, the Cop, and the Knife, tonight on CBS.
Welcome back to our control room in New York. And you know, no rivalry is more bitter than the war between the NFC and the AFC. And the AFC has dominated that contest completely in recent seasons. But as Irv reports, there are signs that may be a changing because of a shifting balance of power at one dominant position.
They were the quarterbacks of the 70s, and between them won 7 Super Bowls. Greasy, Stabler, and the Pittsburgh Steelers' incomparable Terry Bradshaw. He brought 4 trophies back to this town and renamed it the City of Champions. The AFC was the dominant conference in pro football, and everyone thought it was because of their great quarterbacks. But in the first season of the 80s, the names and faces are changing, and no one knows this any better than Pittsburgh's number 1.
I think that they're realizing what we realized a long time ago is that you can make a lot of things happen by throwing the football as well as running it.
Play action fake to Peacock, and Ferragamo going deep to Waddy. Jaworski fakes left and goes deep right for Scott Fitzke.
Split the running backs, everybody flooded out. Bartkowski goes up top, wants all of it. He's got Alfred Jenkins, and he's got a touchdown.
The new look in the NFC comes from quarterbacks like Atlanta's Steve Bartkowski. The 6th year in the league is best by far, and he has the Falcons in first to prove it.
He's certainly playing well this year, and he's got all the talent in the world.
So can Philadelphia's Ron Jaworski. And with that arm at the controls, the Eagles on the best record in the NFL.
They've got the makings of an outstanding football team, and I think Jaworski is absolutely the key to any kind of success that they're going to have now and in the future.
Out west, the future belongs to the Rams' Vince Ferragamo, trying to lead his team back to the Super Bowl.
He's emerged and has taken control, and if he doesn't get involved with the Los Angeles Hollywood build-up and all the garbage that we've been reading about, he's become a big superstar.
And he's not the only one. New York has Phil Simms. Danny White is driving the Cowboys. Vince Evans of the Bears has the strongest arm in the Midwest. And Len Dickey is reviving the Pack is Back slogan. The conference rivalry is heating up.
When we play them, we want to beat them and want to beat them badly. So I would say the rivalry certainly exists.
And it is changing. The quarterbacks of the 70s are about to be replaced.
Irv, how about that young quarterback at Detroit?
Oh, Gary Daniels. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the league. Sorry we missed him in that piece.
How long is Terry Bradshaw going to play? Rumors that he might retire within a season?
Forget about it. He told me he's going to play as long as he possibly can. He enjoys football, and as long as it's fun, he's going to play.
All right. Thank you, Irv. Let's send you back to the stadium now and the game you're enjoying on CBS.
In Atlanta, Georgia, the Atlanta Falcons are leading the New Orleans Saints by a score of 10-7, and it's halftime on a cloudy and overcast afternoon at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium.
Chester, a lady in my condition would like an automatic.
A bank account in our condition needs high gas mileage.
Introducing a car that'll fit you to a T. The 1981 Toyota Celica ST. It's the highest mileage 4-speed overdrive automatic you can buy, and the lowest priced.
This fits me.
And me. We to a T. Automatic savings.
As a member of Les Amis de Vin and other famous wine societies, I've tasted thousands of wines here and abroad. So people often ask me for my opinion about wine. You know what I recommend more than any other single wine? Chenin Blanc from the wine cellars of Ernest and Julio Gallo. It never disappoints me in taste. Believe me, the more you know about wine, the more you'll appreciate Gallo.
The more you know about wine, the more you appreciate Gallo.
Here, Phil, let me help you up there. There you go. Hi, I'm Tommy Myers of the New Orleans Saints. My friend Phil and I are here on a riverboat cruise with other big brothers and sisters in New Orleans. They're a great bunch of people. They take time out of their busy lives to try and bring a little love into the lives of some very special boys and girls. I know what it's like to need a big brother. When I was younger, I lost my dad to cancer. Then a man named Andy Marciano came into my life. He was there when I needed him, to bawl me out when I needed it, to lend a word of encouragement when I needed it, a word of love. Andy's gone now, but I'll never forget what he did for me. And I don't think these kids will soon forget what their friends have done for them either. Thanks to people like these, the United Way works here. And thanks to you, it works for all of us, right? Right! The United Way.
The preceding message was furnished as a public service by the National Football League. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Toyota, who invite you to catch the feeling and see the 1981 cars and trucks at your local Toyota dealer. The Miller Brewing Company, brewers of Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. And by JCPenney, JCPenney Auto Centers, and JCPenney Shop at Home Catalog.
In Atlanta, Georgia, I'm Lindsey Nelson with Sonny Jurgensen. And Sonny, the Atlanta Falcons have a 3-point lead, although the New Orleans Saints came into the game not having won a game, but they didn't take very long to get out in front and maintained it for a good while.
Within the first 2 minutes, they struck in a hurry. A big opening play on the pass to Wilson. They go right down the field, and they score with this pass. If Chandler gets free very quickly behind Ron Lawrence, and you see how open he is, and look how astonished Chandler is. He's saying, is it a touchdown or isn't it? And then Richardson, Al Richardson, the rookie linebacker, with his 6th interception of the year, stops another Saint drive, picks it off, takes it back down, and that sets him up for their first field goal. But then late in the second quarter, here's the field goal here, a 19-yarder by Mazzetti to make the score 7-3. Mazzetti recommended here by Dick Nolan to Lehman Bennett because there was no room with the Saints. And this is a big play for the Falcons in the first half. 47-yard pass from Steve Bartkowski to Alfred Jackson. And it's a perfectly thrown pass, great reception, in full stride to catch it. As that they've made that's his 6th touchdown catch of the season for Jackson, and only 16 catches. So as you called him throughout the first half, big play Jackson, and he certainly is. I think for the Saints coming back here in the second half, they have played a good half of football. They have to play a complete football game if they expect to win here.
Well, let's take a look at the stats of the first half of this ball game, with Atlanta leading by a score of 7-3.
Well, you see both quarterbacks, 10 out of 18 for Archie, 123-yard passing, only 75 yards passing for Atlanta. But the time of possession, Atlanta leading there, 2 or 3 minutes separating that. So you can see it was a close first half, and I think the fact that they're in the football game, talking with Nolan down on the field before the game, I mentioned to him that, well, what if my old coaches told me, and that was the football game could be decided on 2 or 3 plays. And he said, gentlemen, I don't know which plays they are, so you're going to have to play them all. And, of course, I was talking about Vince Lombardi. He said, I wish I could get my players to do the same thing today.
And now both teams are back on the field, and Ricardo has teed the ball up on the 35 to kick it off for the New Orleans Saints. Ray Strong has stopped back there center deep. Anthony Anderson on one side of him and Tom Pridemore on the other. Still cloudy and overcast, although we have had no rain during the course of this ball game here today. The second half gets underway. Strong moves up and fields it at the 16. Strong to the 20, 25. Trying to struggle, but he was down, says the official, nearer the 28-yard line. Chuck Evans tripped him up there. So the Atlanta Falcons have the ball. They have a 3-point lead, and they have it at their 28, 1st and 10.
Boy, is that impressive.
82-10. That's a fair advantage.
And they've held their opponents to minus rushing yardage in the last 2 football games.
Kane, a handoff from Bartkowski. Second effort got him up to the 32-yard line before Joe Federspiel brought him down.
when you consider the type of year Atlanta's having, especially starting 5 rookies, and 3 rookies started in '79, so 8 people in there. Not a lot of experience.
3rd and 5 in advance of the 32-yard line. Andrews bursting through, trying to get to the first down sticks, and he may have made it. Reggie Mathis on the stop.
Andrews had 45 yards and 9 carries in the first half, and Kane had 52 and 12.
It is a 1st and 10.
The Vikings enjoying a 14-6 lead over Tampa Bay right now.
Bartkowski. And it's complete. At the 45-yard line, Myers in to make the tackle. Junior Miller, the tight end.
Junior Miller, they go into a zone coverage, and he just finds a seam right in the middle, and you can see how open he is. Myers has to come up from his center field position to make the play on him. Nice little cavity to throw the ball in for Bartkowski.
Miller, 6'4", 235 pounds. There's Andrews. Keeps his balance, spins his way up to the 40-yard line before Tommy Myers brings him down.
Saw Jimmy Ray there, the receiver coach, flashing in the signals to Steve Bartkowski. I saw Ray's little son. He's 9 years old. You should see him throw the football. Unbelievable.
Andrews is down, and the training staff is coming out to see about him. William Andrews. Mayberry has come in now, James Mayberry, to replace him. He's coming off under his own power and getting a hand as he does.
Well, I think they were glad to see him start trotting a little bit as he got close to the sidelines. It's a good sign.
2nd and 6 at the 40-yard line. Intended for Jenkins, incomplete. 3rd and 6 at the 40.
Well, you can give a little credit to Reggie Mathis there. He got back in the lane that Bartkowski wanted to throw the quick out to Jenkins then, and Mathis got right back in his vision. The second half, it's what's plagued the Saints throughout the season.
Incomplete to Miller again. Fetterspiel made the hit. And that's going to bring the punting unit on. Matthews and Fetterspiel on the tackle.
Well, Miller really comes across the field here, trying to fight his way underneath Bordelon. Watch Fetterspiel right with him, and they really collide right here. Oh, Mathis really comes in and unloads on him and jars the ball loose. And Mathis is hurt. He's down right now.
That's the training staff with attention to Matthews. Punting unit has come on for the Atlanta Falcons. James is out there to do the punting. We have 12 minutes, 16 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Atlanta Falcons are leading by a score of 10-7, and we have a timeout.
Introducing a small wonder, the new Toyota Starlet. Born small to solve big problems. Born small to deliver more miles per gallon of gas than any other car, and designed to help beat higher maintenance costs. The very new Toyota Starlet. Born small. In fact, it just may be the first small wonder of the world.
Oh, what a feeling.
Starlet.
Toyota.
Control 6 to base. Looks like this big old hole in the ground is going to be safe for the night. Over.
They appreciate the difference between a good beer
When it's time to relax
and a great beer.
One beer stands clear.
Miller High Life.
You got the time. We got the beer. Miller beer. Come Miller time. We got the beer.
Monday on the season premiere of MASH, Hawkeye gets a leave.
Thanks for lending me the car, Dad.
And wishes he had never left. MASH, Monday at 9, 8 Central and Mountain.
Watch you hit here by Reggie Mathis, but when you're hitting somebody that is 6'4", 235 pounds, you pay the penalty, and Mathis did, but he does look like he's okay. There's Junior Miller. Oh, what a tight end. You can see that he delivered the blow. Looks like it's in his hand or forearm.
James is in to do the punting now. Chandler sends up a fair catch signal and makes it inside the 10-yard line. So the New Orleans Saints get the ball, but they get it deep in their own territory. As James comes off. 32-yard punt.
But a very effective one, too, because of the hang time on the ball. It's coming straight down, and I think that's the reason Chandler made the reception instead of taking a chance that it might die inside.
Just in advance of the 7-yard line, 1st and 10. Rogers and Wilson are the setbacks for Manning. Wilson, just about nothing. Merrow and Yates were there for the Falcons. Might have got a yard.
You mentioned the stat of outscoring their opponents 82-10 in the second half this year for the Falcons. They've only allowed one touchdown in the second half in the last 4 football games. That's not too shabby either.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Harrison motion across. Manning still has the ball. Brought down as he approached the 15 by Joel Williams and Jeff Merrow. And that is Manning who is down. And he's hurt. Manning.
Boy, that's too bad. He had no one. He just escapes the blitz of Williams that time. Gets outside, but no one to throw the football to, and he knows he can feel the pressure behind him and has to take off with it. He goes down, just gets tackled. He didn't look like he really took a hard blow. Take a look. I don't see the hard delivery hit here on him. He just kind of goes down kind of softly, but he does come up injured.
It's knowing you depend on us. We're gonna solve your problems, yeah, we understand. It's knowing Avis tries so hard, we'll always be right there to lend a helping hand.
Yeah, Avis takes the worry out of renting cars, no matter where the road may wind. And Avis, you're leaving, go worries behind.
Avis takes the worry out of rates, too. On weekends, now you get up to 60% off regular weekday rates.
At JCPenney Auto Centers, we won't steer you wrong. We will steer you to the amazing JCPenney Mileage Maker XP all-season steel-belted radial. For great traction in rain, snow, slush, in any road conditions, you need the Mileage Maker XP with the unique interlock block tread. Season in, season out. The only tire you need. Only at JCPenney.
JCPenney Auto Centers, we won't steer you wrong.
Archie Manning is out of the ball game, looking at his left shoulder there, feeling it. Bobby Scott is coming at quarterback. The attention for Archie Manning. 3rd down and 3 yards to go at the 15. Rogers. And that'll bring up a 4th down, and the punting unit is coming in. Falcon hand for the Falcon defense. Russell Erksleben comes in to do the kicking. Kenny Johnson dropping back to field it for the Falcons. Erksleben standing on his goal line. Johnson at the 46, to the 50, and to the 44-yard line of the New Orleans Saints, where the Falcons will start at 1st and 10. Kovach on the tackle. 39-yard punt.
Watch Erxleben right here. Very unusual method of kicking the ball. Really takes it up high. He hits it, gets a little shove, and boy, all those punters can act, can't they? Earl Jones kind of just shoved him a little bit, and he just goes on his back.
The referee is an unappreciative spectator, and it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line for the Falcons. Andrews is back in the ball game. Andrews back in there for the Falcons. Kane is carrying. Got it to the 37 or 8. Mike Fultz made the tackle.
Tampa Bay has scored their second touchdown. Minnesota's leading Tampa Bay now in the second quarter, 14-13.
2nd and 4 at the 38-yard line. This is Andrews. Got the first down and yards to spare. Tommy Myers finally bounced him out. First and 10, it's going to be spotted at the 31-yard line. We should point out that Jenkins came into this ball game, wide receiver Alfred Jenkins, with a 67 consecutive game receiving streak. That he has failed to catch a ball just once in his entire 69-game NFL career, and he has not caught a pass so far today.
Has not caught a pass, huh?
There's Jenkins.
I think I would remind my quarterback.
Bartkowski. Penalty marker on the play. Fultz brought him down. That's Bartkowski. Interested to get the official's version.
The penalty marker was called over on the sidelines against Wallace Francis in the vicinity of Ricky Ray.
So the Saints are called. Gene Barth, the referee.
Defensive holding, 22, first down.
That's Ricky Ray, you got it.
Gene Barth wasn't ready to go yet. He said, wait a second, let me get back in the game before you start to play.
First and 10 at the 21. Andrews. Not much. Eloy Grooms on the tackle.
Boy, Tommy Myers up there also from his free safety position. What a complete football player. And that man right there gives you a day's work too. Eloy Grooms. Tennessee Tech.
Second down. 9 yards to go. Bartkowski over the middle to Andrews, and he's at the 15 to 10, the 5, stopped at the 1-yard line. William Andrews, Bordelon and Meyer made the saving stop just outside the goal line, inches away.
You're talking about having a sense of that double strike, the goal line. That man right there does. Boy, he thought he got in for the touchdown. Again, a little check down pattern. They had good coverage. You just see how short the throw was, but watch him. That's the sense of the goal line, running through people, going over the top of people.
First and goal. Andrews. Stacked up.
Boy, the Saints have been tough down close, haven't they? They made him settle for a field goal in the first half one time, and then they stopped him on 4th down from the 1 the second time.
2nd and goal, inches away. Kane has 63 yards rushing, and Andrews has 62. Kane in the left set, Andrews in the right set. Quarterback sneak, Bartkowski, touchdown! Bartkowski kept it and took it in for the touchdown.
Steve said, I've had enough of this. The fullbacks and halfbacks can't get in. Let the quarterback do it. And of course, that is the simplest play. Just going over the top. Very difficult to stop that play in an even man front, which the Saints were in at that time.
Massetti is in to attempt a conversion. James is holding for him. And it's good. And so as they come back up the field, it is the Atlanta Falcons 17, the New Orleans Saints 7. 7 minutes, 52 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
In most commercials, the cars start up here with some help from a helicopter. But these babies from Subaru don't need help. They can switch from front to four-wheel drive. And for tougher going, they keep going with a dual-range gearbox. Any cars would look good up here. But all Subaru four-wheel drive cars even look good getting up here. Subaru, inexpensive, and built to stay that way.
Welcome to Club Atari. What's your pleasure? Breakout? Ah, here's something new. Circus Atari.
Cartridges, video chess, football. Cartridge, sir? Fez is here.
We meet again, Fez.
Yes, a little game of Space Invaders, perhaps. What shall we play for?
For fun, of course.
No other company offers you as many different video game cartridges as Atari.
Next Saturday, see the hottest wheels in Atlantic City as the battle of the NFL cheerleaders continues. Next Saturday, 4:30 Eastern on the CBS Sports Spectacular.
As you look at Bartkowski, let us tell you that the word is that Manning has a bruised shoulder and will likely be back. Zeddy has teed the ball up at the 35-yard line. Jimmy Rogers sent a deep flank by Wayne Wilson and Tony Galbraith. Rogers moves up at the 7-yard line. He's at the 10 at the 15. Rogers to the 20, 25, across the 30, stopped at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for the New Orleans Saints. And it was McKinley downfield to make the tackle.
Bobby Scott is going to take this series of plays. He has come in at quarterback. Manning has not returned as of yet. Bobby's got to be a little rusty. He's been away from it for a while.
Got Rogers and Wilson as the setbacks. Wilson. Got it to the 35-yard line. Picked up a couple. Buddy Curry along with Kenny Johnson on the tackle.
Dallas Cowboys coming back against the Cardinals. Cardinals still lead that game 14-10. Minnesota, another touchdown. Tommy Kramer to Ted Brown. They lead 21-13 in the second.
Right here, Atlanta's leading 17-7. The Saints have the ball. 2nd and 8 on the 35. Screen left. Wilson has it. Buddy Curry on the stop along with Yates. And it is at the 39-yard line. Training staff is out quickly. That is Wilson, Wayne Wilson.
You see the vicious hitting by that Falcon defense. We mentioned that they'll hit you all afternoon, and they do.
17-7, Atlanta leading. 6 minutes, 50 seconds left to play in the third quarter.
To Subaru, an economy car is only economical if it stands up year after year. Spending less at the pump is no bargain if you start spending more at the garage. And a study of Subaru owners, Road and Track magazine said, quote, one of the most trouble-free cars we've surveyed. That makes Subaru the economy car it pays to hold on to. Year after year after year. Subaru, inexpensive and built to stay that way.
Life of Georgia has millions of futures to protect. And one way we do this is with solid investments. In a hydroelectric plant in Quebec, a helicopter company in Oregon, energy research in Wyoming, a university medical complex in Alabama, the city of Atlanta, and many others. We're Life of Georgia. We're one of the largest life insurance companies in the United States, and we're working to ensure your future.
Tuesday, the all-American movie hero is back in the story that takes up where Billy Jack left off. Tom Laughlin returns in the trial of Billy Jack.
Linebacker Buddy Curry was a little shaken, came out of the ballgame, replaced by Dewey McClain, and Jack Holmes has replaced Wayne Wilson at a running back. It is 3rd down and 4 yards to go at the 39-yard line for the New Orleans Saints. Bobby Scott. Harris, incomplete. Roland Lawrence covering. Ike Harris intended receiver. Punting unit on now for the New Orleans Saints.
Ball's thrown over his outside shoulder. You see how he has to change sides and which shoulder he wanted to catch the ball over, and he almost made a great catch.
With Erxleben in the punt, Kenny Johnson is dropped back to field it for the Atlanta Falcons. Higher trajectory, Johnson at the 16. He's at the 20, 25. Stacked up at the 27. Kovac made the tackle. It was a 44-yard punt by Russell Erxleben.
And after that kick, Lindsay, I've watched him, and he is limping off the field. He must have...
Well, he came in today with word that he had a pulled hamstring. Quarterback. Andrews to the 29-yard line. Mike Fultz made the tackle.
That New England Ram game now is 14-10 now. That's in the 3rd period. New England's leading the Rams 14-10.
2nd down and 8 yards to go. Kane to the 33-yard line. Mike Fultz and Derlin Moore made the stop for New Orleans. Third down and 4 yards to go.
Just eating up a lot of clock, down to 5:14.
Don Reese comes out of the ballgame. Tommy Hart goes into the ballgame. Lehman Bennett checks his play list there. Bartkowski going long. Incomplete. Intended for Alfred Jenkins, who does not yet have a catch today.
He'd have laid it up a little more. I think he would have had him. He threw it too much on the line. It shows you what kind of arm that Bartkowski has.
Punting unit is on as James is in to do the kicking. Chandler's dropped back to field it. James gets it off. Chandler at the 35, at the 40. Stopped at the 43-yard line, 1st and 10.
Boy, he saved him a lot of yardage that time by coming up and catching that one.
4 minutes, 41 seconds remaining to be played in the 3rd quarter. That was a 29-yard punt by James.
Every year, millions of drivers suffer the agony of hillophobia. The fear of stopping on hills with a stick shift, with cars behind you, very close behind you. The only known cure, The ingenious hill holder clutch from Subaru. Now you don't have to go downhill until you want to. Subaru, inexpensive, and built to stay that way.
Here's to good friends. Tonight has gotten special.
This is Rally Leader. You out there, Chuck?
Say something.
We're pedaling as fast as we can. Everybody else is here. Where are you?
Well, we've got ourselves sort of a weight handicap.
How'd that happen?
You guys just
Brought the bread and cheese. We got a whole trunk full of Lowenbrow.
When you want the taste of a truly great American beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
Well, we're glad you made it.
Us or the Lowenbrow?
First down and 10 yards to go for the New Orleans Saints. They have the ball at the 43-yard line. Atlanta is leading by a score of 17-7. Rogers carrying. Put it up to the 47. Wilson back in the ball game. Checking up a moment ago. And the Atlanta Falcons got the loose ball. As they get him unstacked. Joel Williams.
Take a look at this. The ball must come out in the pileup. You see Rogers cut back, hasn't put the ball away yet, carries it in his left hand, jumps, goes over the top. There the ball is loose, and Williams comes up with it.
So it is first and 10 now for the Falcons at the Saints' 48-yard line. We got Kane in a wide right in this set. Andrews the lone setback, running at a slot left. Andrews, Kane has the ball, and all the way back to Francis. Wallace Francis. And he moved it up to the 45-yard line. They picked up 3 yards on the play.
Only thing you can say about that play is it used a lot of time on the clock.
Well, it spotted the 46. They picked up 2 yards on the play.
A lot of running in that play. Run 35 yards to gain 2.
Second and 8 at the 46. Jenkins goes far to the right side. Francis to the left side. Hartkowski at the 42. Reese got to it.
Boy, Reese does a good job on the rush right here. Breaks the blocking down, knifes right through, and makes the play. Beat Dave Scott.
Third and 20 back at the 42-yard line. Saints hoping to hold here and get good field position with the Falcons leading 17-7. Bartkowski. Penalty marker thrown. He was across the sideline marker. David Waymer got the ball, but was across the sideline marker, I think. Jenkins was the intended receiver.
Yes, they did. They called him out of bounds, and we're going to have another penalty, though. Looks like it's going to be against the Falcons, and they're going to have to kick it away.
Illegal motion, offensive right tackle, refused, 4th down.
On the penalty to bring up 4th down, and the kicker, James, comes in. Warren Bryant was the offender. Wes Chandler has dropped back. James waits for the snap. Played his college ball at the University of Florida. Heavy rush, he got it off. Sending Chandler back. Chandler at the 7-yard line. He's at the 10, 15. McKeska made the stop. 51-yard punt. Penalty marker on the play. Clipping. So that will move the Saints back even closer to their goal line. They will have it, but they'll have it deep in their own territory.
As deeply as you can take over the football, they're going to have it.
Half the distance to the 7. Hurt on the run back, so make it 1st and 10 at the 7-yard line. Two minutes, 48 seconds left in the third quarter. Wilson and Rogers are the setbacks. Bobby Scott, the quarterback. Wilson out to the 14-yard line.
Cardinals have gone up on the Dallas Cowboys now 21-10, Lindsay. And if you're talking about hitting from long distances, Anderson ran one from 51 yards and then hard hit Mel Gray for 69 and then Pat Tilley for 60.
Oh, boy. Second down, 3 yards to go with the ball out there at the 14-yard line. Archie Manning out with a shoulder injury. Bobby Scott, the quarterback. Ike Harrison motion across. Bobby Scott with the ball. Throws the screen right to Wilson. But he's wrapped up by Buddy Curry and Jim Laughlin.
And Jeff Merrill and a lot of people.
And no gain.
Boy, do they get people out reading the plays well. They make adjustments at halftime. Last week down 24-6 to the Cardinals, and they made a lot of adjustments, came out and did a job in the second half against them. Look what the Eagles are doing to my Redskins. 24-0 now.
Oh, Eagles haven't won too often in that town, have they?
Only one time in the 70s have they won at Frankfurt Field, and at RFK, and Vermeil has never won there.
Third down and 3 yards to go. Bobby Scott's pass to Harris, incomplete. Kenny Johnson covering, brings in the punting unit for the New Orleans Saints as Bobby Scott leaves the field. Kirk Slavin comes in to do the punting.
Let's see if he hurt himself the last time he kicked. See how he kicks the ball this time.
Kenny Johnson deep at his own 45. Slavin gets it off. Driving Johnson back there. Catch signal at the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Falcons at their 35.
I'll tell you, if he hurt himself, he really gunned that one.
51-yard punt. A 51-yarder. Next Saturday, the CBS Sports Spectacular will have still another World Championship bout. Live from Cincinnati, the WBA Junior Welterweight Championship. Undefeated champ Aaron Pryor with 26 wins defends his title for the first time. The challenger is tough Canadian Gaetan Hart. Then the battle of the NFL cheerleaders with a wild motocross competition. That's all here on CBS Sports next Saturday, 4:30 Eastern on the CBS Sports Spec. 1st and 10 for the Atlanta Falcons at their own 35-yard line. Andrews carries up to about the 38-yard line. Derlin Moore in to make the tackle.
In that Dallas-St. Louis game, Danny White said, if Jim Hart can do it, so can I. He hits Tony Hill with a 68-yard pass. Now it's 21-17. And the Colts are leading the lines 10-3 now. That's in the third period.
Second down, 7 yards to go at the 38-yard line. Bartkowski. Going line to big play Jackson, incomplete. That'll make it 3rd and 7 at the 38-yard line.
He had him open. He's a little upset with himself for missing that one, kicking the ground a little bit. Well, wait a minute, Steve. You're not supposed to hit all of them. Nobody does that.
3rd down play coming. Lehman Bennett. .24 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Jenkins right, Francis left. This is Kane at the 40-yard line. Ricky Ray ran him out.
I'll tell you something, that Saint defense has played well here in the second half. He's getting good performance, good effort. Just need to get something going offensively a little bit.
Punting unit is in. Time is running out and has expired in this period. So that's the end of the third quarter with the score, Atlanta 17, New Orleans 7. We now pause for a word from your local station.
It's the all-new special Kenny Rogers America with guest Kim Carnes, the Commodores, Terry Bradshaw, and some of the Pittsburgh Steelers Thursday.
This is CBS.
As we start the fourth quarter, this is Lindsey Nelson with Sonny Jurgensen here in Atlanta. James will be in to do the punting on fourth down. He's punted 6 times for an average of 36.8. Chandler's back deep. Is that a little unusual to have a man of the value of Chandler back running back kick, Sonny?
Lindsey, when you're struggling, when you're 0-10, he's a very gifted athlete. He has the capability of running back punts. We got a high snap.
James has got the ball, and he is going to pick up the first down. The Atlanta Falcons get the first down. Chuck Coriel does the snapping and punt formation. James is down.
Boy, he put his head down. He was going after a first down. He picks up a first down and more, and he did take a blow. But to touch on the Chandler thing very quickly, I think you have to do anything you can, get your best football players on the field to make something happen. And I think that's the reason they've gone to Chandler. Let's take a look again at the high snap. You see it from the end zone here. He goes up, he just gets a hand on the ball. But watch him put his head down. He's going after first down and more, and this is where he takes the hit.
Apparently he was just winded because he sprinted across the field when he finally started off. James along the sideline.
Look at him, he's happy.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line of the Saints for the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons are leading 17-7.
And the New York Giants are leading the Green Bay Packers now 21-7 in the third quarter. Phil Simms has hit Ernest Gray again. That's his third touchdown pass.
Jenkins is in a wide right. Hasn't caught a pass today. This is Kane. Beg your pardon, it's Andrews. Andrews carrying.
We look at time of possession in the third quarter. Atlanta had the ball almost 10 minutes and the Saints only 5. See what Atlanta likes to do, eat up the clock.
Rovach and Mathis on the last play. Gain of a yard, 2nd and 9. Dickens left and Francis right. Mike Foltz in to make the stop. Again, William Andrews carrying. Training staff comes in to work on Darrell and Moore.
Moore is limping off. That defense has been on the field a long time today.
It'll be 3rd and 9 at the 45-yard line. Alex Price has replaced Darrell Moore now. Bartkowski. And completion. Andrews has stopped at the 38-yard line as Ken Bordelon made the hit, along with Reggie Mathis.
They're coming up short of a first down, though. They're going to have to kick it away again. Boy, that Saints, they're playing some good football defensively.
Chuck Coriel in to do the snapping. James is in to do the punting.
This time, Tommy Myers. They must have heard you, Lindsay. Tommy Myers is going back in deep safety.
Standing at his own 10-yard line. There's Myers. High trajectory. Myers calls for a fair catch and makes it at the 9-yard line. Start first and 10 at the 9. It was a 28-yard punt. We have 12 minutes, 53 seconds left to play in the game. Atlanta leading 17-7.
Introducing the revolutionary twin action shaving system engineered to outperform twin blades. The new Norelco Rotattract Razor. Inside 3 floating heads, Rotattract works like twin blades to grip hair. Raise it up, then razor it off hundreds of times a second for a shave that's twin blade close without a nick or cut. The new twin action Norelco Rotattract Razor. Cord and rechargeable. Twin blade closeness, but no gotcha.
Need your help. Is it me or my 1981 Toyota Corolla? Watch. See what I mean? I know Corolla looks like a million, got plenty of style, not to mention a peppy 1.8-liter engine. But I ask you, is it me or my Toyota Corolla?
Give me a ride to the library?
Tell me, was it me or my Toyota Corolla?
Oh, what a feeling! Your Corolla!
Toyota!
First and 10 for New Orleans, just short of the 10-yard line. Bobby Scott still the quarterback. Archie Manning still on the sideline. Wilson drops the ball and recovers it at the 5-yard line. Joel Williams was there. Yates was there.
Watch Williams here. I think Williams makes him lose this football again. This is the second time he's done this today. Kind of took a punch at the football, knocked it out of Wilson's hand. But Wilson alertly falls back on it. The Rams have taken the lead over the Patriots now, 17-14. Peacock with a short run.
That is what the Falcons and their fans don't want. Second and 15 at the 5-yard line. Scott at the goal line. Threads a needle, gets it out there to Henry Childs, the tight end. It's a first down at the 22.
Boy, that was a tough throw by Bobby Scott. He had double coverage on that side. They had a man short and long. He let him clear him, and you see 4 red shirts around it, but he, as you said, he threaded a needle to get it in.
Al Richardson made the tackle with Pridemore.
The Vikings 24-13 over the Bucks now. Tommy Kramer's thrown 3 touchdown passes.
First and 10 for the Saints. Ike Harrison motion across. To Rodgers. Sprints out across the 35-yard line for a first and 10. Ken Al Richardson on the tackle.
Right up the middle on that 34 defense. Of course, the Falcons are playing a little softer now. They've deepened up their linebackers because having the lead in the game and the clock moving.
First and 10 now for the Saints at their own 36-yard line. That run brought the fans alive here in Atlanta. Scott's throw to Harris. Incomplete at the 50-yard line. Kenny Johnson covers.
Giants leading Green Bay now. Green Bay scores another touchdown. Lynn Dickey to Gary Ellis. That's Ellis' second touchdown of the day. 21-14 in the third period.
Second down, 10 yards to go for the Saints with the ball at their own 36-yard line. Atlanta leading by a score of 17-7. Atlanta came in with a record of 7-3, leading by 1 game over the Los Angeles Rams in the Western Division of the NFC. Saints came in 0-10. Rodgers to the 42-yard line. Kenny Johnson brought him down. And a 6 makes it 3rd and 4.
Good hard running that time by Rodgers. He ran right by Buddy Curry.
Curry there. Saints are 2 for 9 on third down conversions today. Now to Scott. Harris, the man for whom it's intended. Pridemore trying for the interception, number 27.
Instead of trying to pick up the first down with third and very short, about 3 or 4 yards to go, 3 or 4 times today the Saints have elected to go for the home run, and they have not completed one.
Erxleben's in to do the punting now. Kenny Johnson is dropped back, standing at his own 21-yard line. High trajectory. Johnson at the 19. Across the 40-yard line. Gordon Banks made the stop. And so the Atlanta Falcons get the ball, and they'll start 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
We want to make you smile.
Welcome back. I see you brought a friend. My boss hasn't smiled the whole trip. I'm back. I think you'll like our beds.
Make you smile.
Big room. Everything all right? Just fine. Call me for dinner. In an hour. We made him smile.
Come to Holiday Inn where your smile says we're number one people pleasing.
Come, drive in the 4th dimension. Experience the 4-wheel drive edge of the American Eagle. Feel our 4 wheels bite into bone-dry pavement, slice through rain, eat up snow. The American Eagle takes your family with confidence where it's never been before. And introducing an all-new high gas mileage Eagle with a list price of only $59.95. Experience driving in the 4th dimension with the American Eagles from American Motors.
In Atlanta, Georgia, we have 9 minutes, 51 seconds left to play in this game. Ball is at the 41-yard line of the Falcons in their possession, 1st and 10. We've had 14 punts today, 7 by each team. Falcons are leading at 17-7. Steve Bartkowski. And it's complete. Taken by Wallace Francis inside the 40-yard line.
Where did he drill that one?
Schwartz and Myers made the hit.
Really cut that ball loose. That ball traveled a long way on the line.
It's at the 39-yard line of the New Orleans Saints. Kane is carrying. 30, 25, inside the 20-yard line. Ken Bordelon made the stop.
Just good blocking this time. Take a look from ground level. You see Thielman pulling out, leading the play, blocking on Bordelon. He cuts back in, finds a nice seam to run in. Boy, look who comes back and makes the play after being blocked. Ken Bordelon. That's good hustle.
Kane has carried 17 times for 92 yards today. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. This is Andrews. 15, 10. Out of bounds at about the 6-yard line. Ricky Ray forced him out.
We talked about how both of these backs complement each other. You give it to Kane going right one time, come right back, and give it to Andrews going the other way. Look at that, 19 carries, 79 yards.
1st and goal for the Atlanta Falcons at the New Orleans 6-yard line. Atlanta leading 17-7 and driving. Corner, but cannot. Pulled down by Don Schwartz. Playing the strong safety today in place of Ray Brown. Got help from Bordelon again.
Boy, Brown really wanted to play in here, but he's got that bad heel, and it Like Nolan said, he wasn't going to play him unless he really had to. He was forced to.
Calls at the 5-yard line, 2nd and goal. Mayberry comes in. Jenkins comes off the field.
Each time the Falcons have been down this close, they've gone wide. Let's see if they go inside one time.
And Mayberry up in that wing right that they've used. Arkowski. Incomplete to Junior Miller, his tight end.
They had him open. Just a little bit too much. Good pattern, crossing pattern by Miller coming against the grain, running back to that side. Arkowski led him just a little too much.
3rd and goal at the 5.
Another field goal by Detroit. Ed Murray. Colts now leading 10-6. That's in the 4th period.
Jenkins is back. Francis is back. There's a lone setback. That is Andrews. Kane's out of the ball game at the moment. Arkowski puts it up. Touchdown! Touchdown to Francis. Wallace Francis for the TD.
Oh, what a catch, and just a tremendous throw. This was a much more difficult throw that he makes this time to Francis than the one he missed to Miller. Weymouth has pretty good coverage this time. Francis ran an out and up pattern. He had to throw the ball before he made his break, and you see the concentration and the catch. Gets both feet down and gets a touchdown.
Conversion attempt coming now. Mazzetti in with James Olding. And it's good. So the Atlanta Falcons have taken a lead now of 24-7 over the New Orleans Saints. 7 minutes, 24 seconds left to play in this game.
By now, almost everybody's heard about the incredible Black & Decker Workmate. About how it makes almost any hard job a lot easier, like planing, hammering, sawing, almost anything. But what most people don't know about the incredible Workmate is now you can get a single hatch model for as little as $45.
Wow.
That's right. A Black & Decker Workmate for about $45. That's really incredible.
I looked at Datsun 280ZX and Porsche 924 because I wanted a refined sports car. Then I looked at and drove this new Mazda RX-7, and that's all it took.
Just one look. That's all it took. Yeah, just one look. That's all it took.
The Mazda RX-7 keeps getting better. Even the mileage is 24% better than last year. And the more I looked, the more I liked the looks of its price.
The more you look, the more you like.
Steve Bartkowski along the sideline as the scoring drive. Bartkowski's stats for the day.
He's made some big ones.
Said he has teed the ball up on the 35. Rogers is center deep, flanked by Wayne Wilson and Tony Galbraith. Rogers at the 9, to the 10, to the 15, 20. Tony Dakin made the stop.
And Archie Manning's returning to the lineup.
Out with a bruised shoulder. Manning is back now, and they'll start at 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. 7:14 left to play.
Two interceptions really hurt him today.
Manning. Down at the 8-yard line. Jeff Yates and Joel Williams.
Seems like they bring Williams every time he's uncovered and doesn't have coverage. He comes from the outside. Wilson trying to block him. He escapes the block, and Manning's in trouble in a hurry. where you don't think that hurts. That's smarts, especially when that defensive team is teeing off and they know you got to put it up.
2nd and 24 at the 9-yard line. Tony Galbraith is back in there now. Rogers has come out. Manning at the goal line. Place it to Wilson at the 15-yard line. Make it 3rd and 19. Richardson made the stop.
Well, this is when you're, as a quarterback, you look for the sidelines. Does anybody have a 3rd and 19 call?
Clock is running with 6:14 left.
Detroit got another field goal from Ed Murray, his 3rd of the day. It's 10-9 now. Baltimore leading the Lions.
Chandler wide left, Ike Harris in the slot left. Manning completes it to Galbraith. Trying to get to the first down sticks.
He may have gotten 18 and a half.
I think you're right.
Needing 19, and it is very close.
I think it's just a little short.
You have pretty good eyesight here. I'll have to take your word for it. They're going to go for it anyway.
They figure that at this stage of the contest, trailing 24-7, 5:34 left, they might as well. It's 4th down and less than a yard to go. Saints are going for it on 4th down. Says Wilson, can he turn the corner? Well, he dived. Made the dive. It's going to where it's going to be spotted on the sideline. Laughlin forced him out. He was trying to get past the sticks. But what happens, of course, is the stick man moves and the ball goes over on downs to the Atlanta Falcons. The stick man moves to get out of the way. And this happens all the time. And when he moves, he shortens up. So that trying to find out where the sticks are isn't easy.
That's right. It's, again, 4th and inches. The wide play again, giving that defensive time to react, to move laterally. And they made the play, and they came up short.
So now the Falcons take over 1st and 10 at the Saints' 34-yard line with 5:13 left to play in the game. Falcons leading 24-7. Jenkins gets his first catch of the day at the 30, and a penalty marker goes down. And if I ever saw a pass play designed to keep a record intact, that was it.
The quick hitch. They gave it to him. He caught it, and they're going to get a face mask tacked onto it also. I think the press box sent that play down. They made that call from the press box. I'm sure they let the bench know that Mr. Jenkins did not have a catch today. And let's not forget that.
Keeps his consecutive game streak at 68 now.
Personal foul, face guard. 1st down, 44.
Here it is, just a quick hitch. And there's the face mask.
David Waymer. 1st and 10 at the 11. James Mayberry carried. Stopped at the 10-yard line. Mike Fultz made the tackle. Mike Morosky's loosening up his arm along the sidelines now for the Atlanta Falcons. There he is. Backup quarterback.
Sure, he'd like to get a little playing time in case he is called upon in a crunch.
Four and a half minutes left to play in this game. Bartkowski. Touchdown. Junior Miller is tight end. Another touchdown pass for Bartkowski, who sets a new Atlanta club record every time he completes one for a touchdown.
That was the same play they missed the last time they were down here, and they figured Miller was open. Why not try it again? This time he drilled him right in the chest. Take a look. The play action again. He missed him the first time. This time he doesn't take any chances. No lead this time. Boom. Actually had it half a step behind him, but Miller makes a reception.
Falcons are leading now 30-7. Conversion attempt coming. James into hole for Mazzetti. And it's good. Penalty marker. There is a flag. Marsh said, just check it out. Procedure penalty against the kicking team, the Atlanta Falcons.
I don't understand how they can have procedure if anybody's in motion or something, because the line, the protection there is all just setting and blocking. Unless somebody picked a hand up too early.
Illegal formation. Only 6 men on the line. We'll try it again.
Okay. No one was moving.
That's right.
That's a good explanation. I'm glad Mr. Barth gave me that.
It's a matter of numbers. They face off the penalty and they'll try it again now. Still a conversion attempt.
It's usually that man on the end of the line takes a little more depth than he's allowed to.
James holding for Mazzetti. And it's good. So the conversion makes it 31-7. Bartkowski is 13 for 24, 195 yards and 3 touchdowns for the day. A fine afternoon for Steve Bartkowski.
Here's another Radio Shack Christmas gift collection. 14 exciting new electronic games priced from $12.95 to $39.95. Fast action games with electronic sound effects. There's football, basketball, baseball, golf, shooting gallery, and more. Challenging entertainment for kids 6 to 60. Play alone or with a friend for hours of fascinating fun. The big electronic game assortment, available only at Radio Shack, your Christmas electronics store.
I do the Continental to ensure my accidental.
We do the Continental to ensure our residential.
I do the Continental to ensure my developmental. They can insure all I have to insure.
I do the Continental to ensure my instrumental.
I do the Continental to ensure my Continental.
Join the over 4 million satisfied Continental Insurance policyholders.
Do the Continental.
Ball is teed up at the 35-yard line by Mazzetti. Jimmy Rogers sent it deep, flanked by Wayne Wilson and Tony Galbraith for the New Orleans Saints, who in the second half have had 92 yards of total offense, 35 rushing and 53 passing.
And the Falcon defense is pitching a shutout again.
Rogers at the 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 31-yard line, 1st and 10. Anderson made the tackle. Bobby Scott back in at quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. Harris to the right side, Chandler to the left. Bobby Scott. Completed at the 40-yard line. Taken by Jack Holmes. Bob Glazebrook made the tackle. Second down and a yard to go. First down. Henry Child. It's at the 46-yard line. Edgar Fields made the tackle. Dick Nolan, whose team came into this game today with a record of no wins and 10 losses, and it looks very much as though they will leave 0-11.
Yes, they have not had anything going offensive. Give a lot of credit to that Falcon defense.
1st and 10 now for the Saints. 23-yard line. Kenny Johnson contesting the catch, but it's a good one.
Boy, and another accurate throw by Bobby Scott. He had to throw that ball very soon, and Harris just snuck in, had good coverage that time. Kenny Johnson was right there, covered well. Packers and the Giants. The Giants get a field goal. They lead 24-14 now. That game's in the fourth period.
We are approaching the 2-minute warning here. We're down to 2:25. Bobby Scott retreats. Throws it complete. Galbraith has it. Pennywell made the tackle at the 23-yard line. Second and 4 at the 23.
With that 10 points, the Falcons have given up in the second half. What is it, 82-10 going in, and they've improved on that.
Now we have arrived at the 2-minute warning. The automatic timeout. With 2 minutes left to play, the Atlanta Falcons are leading the New Orleans Saints by a score of 31-7.
Here's to good friends. Tonight is kind of special. The beer.
Building inspector.
Hey, what are you guys doing here?
I didn't believe you two could build your own house.
Yeah, well, don't look. It's not finished.
Well, I guess we'll just take our loan, Brown, go home.
Well, maybe one quick look around.
When you want the taste of a truly great American beer, tonight, let it be Lowenbrow.
What are you going to do when you finish this place? Just what I'm doing right now.
It was Mercedes-Benz that produced the world's first production diesel car. The first 5-cylinder diesel car. This 200-mile-per-hour diesel car. The first turbocharged diesel car. And the world's only 3,000-mile-per-gallon diesel vehicle. For 1981, only Mercedes-Benz can apply all that expertise to these diesel cars. Mercedes-Benz, the pioneer in diesels for 45 years.
With 2 minutes to play now. It is second down and 4 yards to go at the 23-yard line. Bobby Scott for the New Orleans Saints and guns this one, and it is Chandler. Glazebrook made the tackle. Chandler pulled it in at about the 3-yard line.
Well, what a catch. Unbelievable catch by Chandler. Shows you the talent. And again, another good throw. But watch Chandler go up and take this ball. People is hanging all over him. Glazebrook right there. Comes down with it inside of the 5-yard line.
First down and goal to go at the 3. Scott now puts it up in the corner. Incomplete. Larry Hardy. Larry Hardy, number 87.
He was concerned about staying in bounds. He took his eye off of it, trying to stay in bounds because he was so wide open. Take a look at the end of this. You'll see. Watch him. See him pull his feet up under him a little bit, trying to stay in bounds, but he had some room. Took his eye off. You got to watch a potato.
Second down and goal to go at the 3. 1:17 on the clock. Holmes and Galbraith are the setbacks. And it's Galbraith in the end zone. Glazebrook had the hit.
And Bobby Scott takes him down and gets the touchdown. He had a very good drive. They fake a little play inside. Atlanta playing pass all the way this time. And you see Glazebrook making the hit. Galbraith holds on. He's in the end zone for the touchdown.
31-13 conversion attempt coming now. Ricardo to attempt it. There's a whistle.
Peterzak doesn't like the football. Give me another football in here. A lot of times those receivers get that sticky stuff on their hands. You can't even snap the thing. Give me one I can snap. Well, he found one he could snap.
And it's wide to the left side and no good. The Saints' conversion attempt is no good. Score remaining, Atlanta 31 and New Orleans 13.
Ricardo just pulled it. Snap was good, the hole was good.
The Atlanta Falcons, leading 31-13, came in the ball game with a record of 7-3. Tonight on CBS starts with 60 Minutes. Then on Archie Bunker's place, Archie meets his match when he hires a housekeeper. It's all tonight on CBS. Atlanta Falcons, of course, came into this game hopeful that they would see the Rams defeated by the Patriots so that they would be 2 ahead in the West with 5 to play.
And at this time, Rams have a lead. Buffalo and Cincinnati, 14-0 now. Buffalo leading Cincinnati.
Falcons figure, of course, that the Saints will be going for an onside kick here, so they've got a lot of sure-handed people up there in the front ranks. They hope they're sure-handed. Benny Ricardo is the kicker. 1:12 on the clock. Penalty marker goes down.
Ricky Ray got offside.
Jackson grabbed the ball.
Offsides penalty. Ray was right up on the line trying to get down there.
22 kicking team, offside, refused.
You got it. It was Ray, but Falcons say they'll take the football. 1st and 10. Jackson received it at the 45-yard line.
Now, Morosky's been warming up on the sidelines for the last 5 minutes throwing the football, and they'll probably go in there and run handoffs.
Mike Morosky from the University of California, Davis.
There you go.
Anthony Anderson carrying the ball down to the 42-yard line. And it's a timeout, New Orleans. Saints spend one here with 1:03 on the clock.
You're not getting any.
Never did understand this in football games. Coaches stand on the sidelines. They call a timeout. You're down this many points and no chance of being able to, as we look at our executive producer, Chuck Milton, produced by Chuck Will. What an outstanding job by Bob Dunphy. To Gil Bledsoe. We thank you, gentlemen.
2nd down, 7 yards to go. Anderson again. Got inside the 40-yard line. Kovac made the tackle. Our thanks to our spotter Tim Cambias and our statistician Joe Willingham for the fine work in the booth this afternoon. Injury here. Mike Ken, I think. And these are the people who made it all work.
Thank you for hanging with us. Cleveland leading Pittsburgh now in the 4th period, 13-9. Pittsburgh got 2 points. Johnny Evans, the punter, was tackled in the end zone.
Morosky went over to get the word, and he has come back now. It's 3rd and 5 at the 39-yard line. Clock starts on the snap. 49 seconds left to play in the game. Atlanta's leading 31-13.
I understand that Johnny Evans took that trap in the end zone intentionally because there's only 1:51 left in that game.
Some of the shock troops are in there now for the Atlanta Falcons in the closing seconds of this game. Morosky with a pitch to Anderson again. Penalty marker thrown. Longest penalty marker of the day.
As far as throw by the official?
That's it.
He made a good throw.
Holding against the Atlanta Falcons.
.42 seconds left.
Holding offense, still 3rd down.
Warren Bryant Still third down, but the ball's back at the 50-yard line now.
That's only his third holding penalty of the year. You can see the maturity in that offensive line. Only 3 holding penalties the entire season.
3rd and 15 now at the 50-yard line. Anderson again. To the 41-yard line. Kovac on the tackle. Clock is stopped at 31.
Now here they want one more, 31 seconds, down 31-13. And they want that football back again.
New Orleans timeout. And Mike Morawski comes over again for a brief conference. Kane today carried 18 times for 93 yards for the Falcons. Andrews carried 19 times for 79 yards. Combined an average of 4.6. The ground game of the Atlanta Falcons, who with this victory will have a record of 8 wins and 3 losses with 5 to play.
Morawski's saying, Coach, tell me something now. I warmed up for 5 minutes throwing the ball. When are you going to let me put one up? 4th down.
4th and 5. More than 5. 4th and about 7. Leave it on the ground. Mayberry carried. Derlin Moore made the tackle, along with Mike Fultz. And the ball goes over to the New Orleans Saints, and Bobby Scott brings him onto the field. 25 seconds on the clock. First and 10 at the 38.
Excuse me, Lindsay. Change of possession timeout here. And clock doesn't start until the snap.
Dick Nolan, the head coach of the New Orleans Saints, for whom it has been a very long season. At the Big Ben right formation, and Bobby Scott scrambles a little bit. Now guns it. Chandler took it at the 49-yard line. Rick Bias made the tackle.
Boy, good open field tackle on Chandler, too.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line. And another timeout spent by the New Orleans Saints. 10 seconds on the clock, which will start again on the snap. You and I will be in New Orleans in a couple of weeks, 2 weeks from today, as a matter of fact.
With Minnesota, is that it?
Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints, we will.
And I tell you, a difficult team, and this man was well aware of today. He said when these two teams get together and play, the records don't mean anything. And it looked like it was going to be a lot closer than it was, but nobody likes to go play a team that has not won a football game because they don't want it to be them.
That's what they used to say about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the early years. Sooner or later, they said.
Sooner or later.
They're going to win again.
And sooner or later, they did. This team will also.
Archie Manning there. As instructions are given to Bobby Scott. Falcons are leading 31-13. First down and 10 yards to go for the Saints at the 49-yard line.
And the prevent defense is backed up about 30 yards.
All sorts of false starts. Penalty markers are thrown. People on the ground.
God, the officials are throwing hats and everything. There's a hat on the ground.
There's a hat, few ball players, one quarterback still down there.
Take a look and see if we can see exactly what happens here after we get the call.
Illegal procedure offense, personal foul defense will penalize only the defensive foul. 5-15 rule.
Boy, the quarterback, Bobby Scott, pulled out in a hurry, and he had to pay the price. But they get a penalty because everybody took a shot at the quarterback. A 15-yarder.
Gene Barth, the referee, steps it off. First and 10 now at the 40-yard line.
We talked about this Falcon team hitting you throughout the game.
Personal foul, 79 defense. By rule, we only penalize the penalty. First down.
And you can see exactly what we mean about hitting throughout the game. And that's the final. The Bills beat the Bengals 14-0.
Well, it's first and 10 at the 35-yard line is finally spotted, and Bobby Scott drops back. Clock is running off the while.
Out of bounds as the game ends.
It does on the incompleted pass. And so the ball game is over as Lehman Bennett has seen his Atlanta Falcons come on here to get their 8th win of the year. Bartkowski had an outstanding afternoon, and so did his running backs, as the Atlanta Falcons defeated the New Orleans Saints. The Saints do not yet have a win this year. The New Orleans Saints have a record of no wins and 11 losses with 5 to play. Now, on the other hand, these Atlanta Falcons have a record of 8 wins and 3 losses with 5 to play, hopeful of maintaining their spot on top in the Western Division of the National Football Conference. The rivalry between these two teams through the years has been intense. It has provided some of the most exciting football, certainly in the Western Division. It was not all that exciting here this afternoon, although the New Orleans Saints did come out and got on the scoreboard in a hurry with a fine pass play, a touchdown pass by Manning to Chandler.
It must be a mistake to put the Atlanta Falcons behind in a football game, because they came from behind again today for the 7th time this season. And they did a job this year on the Saints, scoring 41 points in the first game, 31 here today. You have to be impressed watching the Falcons play football with the enthusiasm and intensity that they play with.
Final score, Atlanta 31, New Orleans 13. The NFL on CBS is a presentation of CBS Sports.
The Russians are ready, or we? Find out when 60 Minutes takes a chilling look at chemical warfare. Also a story called The Kid, the Cop, and the Knife, tonight on CBS.